Hello everyone, this is Breanna Rutter from howtoblackhair.com. And in this video, I want to discuss the topic of the difference between traction alopecia and areata alopecia. So there's definitely a clear significant difference between the two, and in this video I'm really going to hit on the subject with 3 main pointers to help you distinguish between the two. So the first point that I want to mention is if you are forcing hair from your scalp. So what I mean by this is when you're getting your extensions installed, whether they're braids or twists or simply sewn onto your head, you want to make sure that the style is comfortable and that your scalp doesn't feel tight. Having tight hairstyles is not a good thing, and I don't know why women think it's such a good thing to have really tight hairstyles, because it really doesn't help the style last any longer than having it comfortably installed. And then over time, when you constantly get your extensions done tight, it eventually starts to lead to hair loss. So with women who have traction alopecia, you start to notice that the hairline starts to recede or thin out, and then even parts of their hair will be missing, especially around the temple area of their head. So when you're getting your extensions installed, please make sure that it's done so comfortably. You should not be in any pain after your hair is finished. So on the terms of areata alopecia, this isn't something that triggers hair loss. When you don't wear tight styles or you don't manipulate your hair as much and you do the best that you can and you seem to continue to lose a lot of hair at the root, then there's a big chance that you are suffering from areata alopecia, and I would suggest that you speak to someone of that profession to help guide you and give you professional advice on how to deal with that hair condition. So the second pointer that I want to make on the subject of alopecia is if you take birth control medicine. So there's a lot of confusion about taking certain birth control medicines and then having hair loss, but that doesn't equal alopecia. The difference with traction alopecia and areata alopecia is that areata alopecia is triggered by your immune system. So your immune system is attacking the hair on your body, which means sometimes you may sporadically lose hair, or there'll be a long moment in time before you lose hair or grow hair back again. So this is something you can't control. This is something that your body is automatically doing by attacking your hair follicles. Now with traction alopecia, this is caused by your forces put on your hair, whether you're aggressively handling your hair or wearing styles that are constantly pulling on your hair and scalp. So when we talk about birth control with alopecia, the two don't mix, because you can have hair loss and hair breakage because of birth control medicine that you take, but birth control medicine doesn't start areata alopecia, and also traction alopecia isn't from birth control medicine because it's something you're doing on your head versus a medicine that you're taking from the inside. So my last and third pointer that I want to talk about on this subject is by stimulating hair growth. So when you have areata alopecia, it's very hard to control your hair because your immune system is determining what it wants to do. So there will be brief moments of time where you may lose some of your hair or even lose all of your hair. And this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose all of the hair on your head. In some extreme cases you can, but there's times where you'll just lose hair in certain spots, or maybe the hair on your armpits or private areas, or even your facial hair like your eyebrows and eyelashes won't grow or will have a hard time growing back in. So what you can do, if this does help your situation, is to use essential oils to stimulate hair growth. Now, essential oils are very strong extracts from plants. So when you place these oils on your head, most times they feel very tingly, or sometimes they could actually burn if you have too high of a potency. But you do want to make sure that you use 100% pure essential oil that's not diluted, so that you can get the best to help with your hair. In the description box, I have a link to my website where I'm actually talking about the essential oils that you want to use to help promote and encourage hair growth. So what you can do with these oils is simply take a couple of drops, mix it with some of your favorite oil, and rub it on your scalp. You want to make sure that you're using enough to where you're not uncomfortable, but you do feel a slight tingling sensation on your scalp. And this also can be helpful for those who have traction alopecia. When you have traction alopecia, that doesn't necessarily mean you have permanent hair loss, but it can get there if you don't stop what's going on and take control of the situation. And at the same time, you can use essential oils as well. Make sure that it's not diluted, but when you do apply it to your hair and scalp, that it is diluted so that you can help encourage hair growth. So those are 3 of my best pointers that I have to talk about traction alopecia and areata alopecia, and also to help distinguish between the two. Remember that traction alopecia often results from tight hairstyles and is from outside forces that you're placing on your hair. And areata alopecia is an inside force because of your immune system attacking your hair. So I hope that gave you a clear understanding and to help you determine and understand your hair condition a little bit more. Be sure to go on over and check out howtoblackhair.com for more hair information and hair videos like these.